Well, it is a bit of a crisis, this coronavirus thing, and you'll have heard the news, you'll have seen our Prime Minister Boris Johnson yesterday giving new guidelines to all of us as to how we should live for the foreseeable future in order to minimise the spread of this disease. And that's going to change things for us quite drastically as a church. But I want to begin with Acts chapter 6, which the elders and staff have been thinking about this morning as we've thought through how to respond to this crisis. And you'll know the story. It's a humanitarian crisis which kind of threatens people physically. But what Luke's interested in, as he tells the story, is the threat that it holds to the progress of the gospel. So what happens is the apostles put a plan into place, really to do with the distribution of food. Very practical, it's a management thing, it's a systems thing, but the result of it is one of Luke's big kind of gospel summaries in Acts. And he says in Acts 6 verse 7, "So the word of God spread, the number of disciples in Jerusalem increased rapidly, and a large number of priests became obedient to the faith." So the simple point is, through that kind of practical humanitarian crisis and the solutions that the apostles put into place, that the gospel carried on growing and progressing. And that's what we've been thinking about and praying about as elders and staff throughout the course of this day. How can we respond to this crisis in a way that not only carries and allows us to carry on as normal, but actually makes the gospel continue to spread, makes church and ministry continue. So 3 things that we want to aim for, and all of these are, there are more details of these in the letter that is attached to the email. First is we need to protect the vulnerable and limit the spread of the virus, and the number one thing we're doing from today is cancelling all church meetings as we've been advised to do. It's a drastic thing to stop meeting on Sunday, but as you well know, there is no other choice. Second thing we're doing though is continuing to meet, and through the technology that we have, we're going to meet online, and we'd love you to be there at 10:30 on Sunday morning. Gather with your family, gather with your household, make sure you've got a good internet connection, and we'll do all that we can to make church happen. It won't be normal, it'll feel a bit strange, but we will gather together virtually and hear the word of God as we always do. The third thing that we want to do and think about is how to use this as an opportunity for sharing the gospel with those around us. Again, there's a few starters in the letter. As we head towards Easter, we want to make sure that we're not missing out on the opportunity to share the hope that we have in Jesus with those around us. So look out for more information. In the meantime, do read the letter that we're sending you today carefully so that you know what's happening. And we look forward to not seeing you, but being with you as we hear the word on Sunday morning.